Alright, guys, it's Child of the Sun. I'm going to tell you guys a little story of my life, how I found consciousness, or how I became conscious. You know, it's a long and hard journey. It can be very tough at some points in time. But, anyways, let's see. Where do I want to start? I could start it, because it's really started in 2003. In 2003, my dad died of a massive heart attack from smoking cigarettes. And I was raised with my mother and my sister, so I had a very female influence upbringing. And anyways, that's what gained my respect for females. That's why I can't really hurt females or nothing like that. I'm too connected with the mother. But anyways, '03, father dies. I was just a young cat. I was actually 13 years old, to be honest, which is crazy. But no, it ain't crazy. It's supposed to happen that way. Anyways, dad died. Uh, Time went on. You kind of lose yourself in depression. I started eating a lot. Started smoking weed in fifth grade. Started drinking, and by the time I got into eighth grade, I was into the whole hippie. Where I'm from is weird. It's very mixed culture. We have cowboys, thugs, businessmen, regular people, what they call regular. But anyways, I had a very mixed way of life. I was from the country on an Indian reservation in Alabama, but anyways, moved out of there when I was like younger because of violence and stuff. It got real bad up there. A lot of drug dealing, murders, houses getting shot up, and it ain't no different than the rest of the world, but it is different from suburbia America. Anyways, I went through a few years of trying to look for something that was missing in my life. I didn't know what it was. It wasn't quite because my dad died that I was missing him. It was I was missing that life force. That happiness. And I knew I could obtain it, and you don't have to have people in your life to obtain happiness. I mean, having people with you is cool. Some of us, we're from a different place and we don't really need all that much help. Uh, let's see. Father died, da da da. Go down the line a little bit. Eighth grade, started getting into a little drugs and stuff. High school came. Everything changes in high school. You know that. But in high school, I went to a regular high school, 6A football team. If wait, went to a regular high school with a 6A football team, stuff like that, just so you can get the gist of what my high school was like. It was kind of diverse, a lot of different races in there, and uh, well, there wasn't too many conscious people. I'm not sure if anybody in there was conscious at all, but in high school, I started getting into drugs a little bit heavier, and started experimenting with like LSD and stuff like that. And at the time, we thought it was opening our minds, but really, truthfully, it wasn't. It was you're just tapping into a false demon-controlled little reality, and until you find that out, you're not going to get out of it. Anyways, I was into music. Uh, so I found this recording school in Orlando, Florida. Moved down there, and when I moved down there, I started to find myself a little bit. Weird things started happening to me. Okay, this is the year early 2012 when all this stuff started happening to me, and I started finding out. things. You know, I found out that was my family from the Indian tribe was a spiritual family. That's my mother's side. You always follow the mom or moo ma. But anyways, started I started looking into my family's name, and you know I have my dad's last name. And when I started looking into my family, I found out a lot of my dad's side of my family were Freemasons and stuff like that. So I reached out to him. I didn't know at the time. I thought they were the good people. I was lost in the illusion. You know, my third eye wasn't open. I couldn't really see. Uh, I reached out to them, met up with a dude. He really liked where my mind was at because I just have that mind they're looking for. And all in all, he knew what I was. He was just trying to hook me and trying to take a take my powers away or whatever you want to call it. He explained to me how the world was kind of set up, how civilizations rise and how civilizations fall, how languages are created. And for a short summary, he basically informed me on how the whole world is enslaved right now and is already under a one world government. They're just acting like they're about to make it a one world government, while secretly over here it already is because of money and the banking systems. It gets deep. It gets deep into oil. It gets deep into them trying to get ancestor bones. It gets deep. On all levels, they're greedy. They're greedy as hell. Okay, so I found out how the whole world was influenced into slavery, into modern slavery. Right then, I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Here I am in college, just spent freaking 40 grand on a degree that, you know, was now irrelevant to me. So what do? Pull out of school, go back home. Uh, I knew that there was something I had to make a connection to. And I found out that it was that spiritual connection that my ancestors had. At the time, I thought it was just, you know, the Creek Indians or whatever. I look into the Creek Indians. Our Creek Nation in the 1800s and earlier was anywhere from Tennessee, Alabama, half of Mississippi. Anywhere east of the Mississippi was all Creek Indians. I don't care if you're Seminole, Muskogee, that's all Creek. Actually, Creek is Muskogee and Seminole. If you look into Seminole history, they come straight from the Moors. They came over from Atlantis and settled in the Florida Keys and stuff. You know, building mounds, mound pyramids that go straight up to Sirius, or point to Sirius, point to Orion. Look into the Creek side because Creek is Seminole and Muskogee mix. Look at the Muskogee, straight from Lemuria. Our ancestors, our oral tales say that we came out of, we were planted here like seeds in the ground and come from the earth like ants. Star seeds, that's what you call your star seeds. Every race on earth can date back to the Moors, people. Please look in the Moors. Don't be racist. Don't let a lot of the people do the, you know, they're still in the coloring game. Don't be like that. Take it for what it is. Take it for what you need to learn from it. Everybody originates from the Moor. Anyways, so the Creeks, their history says they date back. They were planted here as star seeds, and now they're finding out that the Creek language and Creek paint, all that, is exactly how the Mayans was. And just so happens that our civilizations were set up just like the Mayans. We had a sacred fire that burned year round that reminded everybody of what we used to be like. So, well, not what the sacred fire was lit year round to remind everybody of the fire that burned inside all of us. It was our connection to the Most High. That fire. If you know about fire, it gets deep. That's the origins of light. So, Anyways, I found out from both my sides, I originate from the Moors. That's when I found, I found this little rap group called Jedi Mind Tricks, and they was on that alien tip. What I thought at that time was aliens was just different beings. We live in this universe, dude. It's not a out of the crazy. It's not a crazy thing to think that other people or other beings live on other planets. I mean, we live in this 3D dimension, and they've been controlling us our whole life, showing us little gray aliens on TV, trying to throw us off. Yeah, there's little gray aliens. There's all types of aliens, whatever you want, so-called aliens. But check it out. The thing is we are different beings too. Other people on other planets, it's unexplainable. If your third eye's open, you know what I'm talking about. I know I said I quit saying that, but I'm probably not. Anyways, I found out about the Moors and stuff. Then I looked up Noble Drew Ali. Found Noble Drew Ali out talking about that 19th galaxy, Andromeda, Ilium, the womb. The womb of Ilium. There's more than just one womb. We got a womb of consciousness and we got a womb of soul creation. You know what I'm saying? They mix in a yin yang to create boom, that dark matter, that melanin. So and the melanin flows through everything. Started listening to Noble Drew Ali. Of course he was led a little bit wrong, but it's up to you. It's up to your soul to pick out what's real and what's false. And that's an inherent quality of the soul. It can tell you. You'll get a bad feeling in your gut if somebody's wrong, dude. Check it. So anyways, Noble Drew Ali for a little while. And then it was time for me to go down a different path. I had to refine myself all over again. My mom calls me. Yo, cousin murdered somebody. I don't know what you want to do. I have a bunch of little cousins, those little brothers, you know what I'm saying? Their older brother just murdered a dude, armed robbery at a gas station, and went to prison. So I felt the calling. I needed to go back to Alabama and, make sure my cousins was all right. When I went back to Alabama, this is before I quit eating meat, just saying. This is before I was still kind of unconscious. I was just getting on the verge of finding enlightenment. Anyways, moved back to Alabama. I had my first dreadlocks. My first ones. This is my second dreads. But I had to cut my hair. I had to get a job, and I had to conform basically to help my family. And when I conformed, I worked on a cow farm. And this cow farm, man, was horrible, dude. Like, it wasn't horrible. It was just a normal way all farms are ran. But when you get out there and you look how they treat these animals, and you watch how the cows and stuff band together, dude, they cry. That's when I found out animals are conscious, dude. They're halfway smarter than us. Their DNA strands is high. A lot of them, if they're natural and they graze naturally on unfertilized grass, they're going to have high DNA strands, right? They're all vegans. Cows sit there in the field half the time when they don't move. They're meditating. They know about the astral. They know where they're from, probably more than likely. And we were shooting them up with steroids, all types of pesticide. Like, dude. That's when I found out. I found out how they get the meat from the farm to your kitchen table, right? And in between this process, hormones, all this junk is pumped into that meat. I mean, literally syringing. We go out there, put them in a round pen, run them up through the chute, and we poke them with needles and put crap in them. That's when my third eye started opening, and one day it just hit me. Boom! What are you doing? You found yourself. You finally found yourself, and you're running away from it now? Get back on your feet, dude. And I had what they would call a night terror that night, which is really the starting of astral projection. But my body was so weighed down with bad foods that my soul couldn't travel the astral realm. I was locked in myself. That's when you're laying down in your bed and you feel like you can't move in the middle of the night. It's scary. It's scary. Demons are all around. That's when I found out that war is going down, son. It's going down in the astral projection. Right here, right now, I probably got light beings around me. I'm in my pyramid of protection. But before, if you went into the astral realm, dude, you're getting straight up bomb rushed by demons. Cause like last time I did it, I was finally getting on my vegan side. I was shooting fire on them both, on them hoes, like jets, son, like jets coming out of my hand. I ran out of energy real quick. I had to get back to my body because I wasn't as healthy as I am now. But anyways, I was mad at myself for turning again. You know, I cut my dreadlocks off. You know how bad that hurts? That hurts. It hurts real bad. That's why I had to I had to find myself all over again. That's when I found my homeboy, the 13th Sun. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you to the max. I resonated with him because the words he was speaking was exactly what I went through. He said that, you know, he can reach all different types of people. I've noticed all the chosen ones, they can all reach all certain types of people. We've all had life paths that taught us how to be, you know. That's the path of the Most High. That spiritual path, baby. That's when I found out I was the sixth born. Everybody is the 13th son. The 13th son is one with everything. All of it. All of it. I don't care what you say, all of it. The 13th son from YouTube just happens to be ninth born, the last child in a family of 13. So I give a major shout out to him. You know, 13 love, 13 ahava out to him. He helped me remember what I forgot, you know, through the vaccination shots throughout my life. And you know, now, shoot, I give thanks and praises every day to the Most High that we are able to wake up through this. And if you're chosen, you know, stay on the right path, make your pyramid of protection. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up my homeboy, Da13thsun, Da13thsun. He will put you on point. Go through his archive of videos. Find out what the message is. Remember who you are, people. You have to wake up. You've been under a fluoride trip and chemical trip your whole life. You have to wake up from this trip. Peace 13, baby. I'm out.